Hi everyone, welcome back to another Tech Talk. I'm Emma,
And I'm Alasdair, one of the designers, and Emma's one of our graphics
designers,
and
maker, I suppose.
maker.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. So we're going to talk about the catalogue, huh?
Yes, yeah.
Yeah.
I guess some of you maybe watching this might be from a school or other education centre where you get a copy of our paper catalogue.
Mm-hmm.
It's really exciting. Every year we put out one of those. It's got a collection of loads of our kits, our programming um, products, and also lots of materials that we sell as well.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, there's one of those that's a paper copy that might have gone out, and there's an e-version online. But we're going to go and pick out a few uh, exciting things, some highlights, some perhaps new products or resources that Emma's been working on, just to show you a little whistle stop tour to get you excited.
Mm-hmm. Cool. Amazing. So where are we starting?
I think we should start probably with perhaps let's just show you the catalogue, and then just
Yeah,
if you pop to the top down camera.
absolutely. There we go.
Here you go. Well, here's our catalogue. It's a nice little A5 book. There is a lot of stuff in here. A lot of it you can find on the website as well, but it's sometimes really nice just to have that physical
Mm-hmm.
book in front of you. That's me sounding old-fashioned now. And we always like to flag up which things are new. You can see sometimes they've got the little. So I struggle to find one now, aren't I?
Oh, Mark's
Oh, yeah.
posted the PDF as
Oh,
well.
there's a PDF. Thank you, Mark, for posting that online. If you've got any questions, by the way, as we're doing this live stream, do put those in the chat. Mark,
Yep.
we're monitoring those, and then he'll flag it up for us. You can see we've got a little new flag of some new products, but we're going to pick out a few of those
Mm-hmm.
this morning.
Absolutely.
Let's come back to our faces.
Yeah.
Pick out a few of those this morning and show you some of the web pages and perhaps some of the tutorials that Emma's been working on writing. So should we look at some of the kits first?
Yeah, that sounds good. So the first kit I can see is our little
It's the
solve your own
solder your own
LED
LED
strip.
strip. Yeah,
I
so
love these. These are very
this is really
cool.
nice. So we've already done some like pre-made modules, which have got LED strips that you just plug in with a USB. This is one where you can solder it together yourself, though. It comes with a little the USB on, but then you've got 4 LEDs to solder and a switch and a resistors on the board. And they're great for building into all sorts of fun light projects. Is that this one? This one here?
That
You've got.
one there, yeah,
It might
absolutely.
be best to see that on a.
Let's go for these camera.
So this is. Can you talk about the technique you've used for
Yeah,
doing
so
this?
I've done you've probably seen these a lot from us before. Edge lit.
Oh no!
Oh dear.
Oh, there we go.
You broke it.
I just hadn't put it in properly.
So this is another one of our edge lit products,
There we go. You can see it
or
lighting up.
projects, sorry. And what the technique I've used is called kiss cutting, where I have gone most of or some of the way through using the laser, but not all the way. And what that allows is for the design that's cut into it to be lit as the light hits the cuts. And you see a lot of things like shop signs done this way. Or we've got a little on-air sign that we, keep meaning to put up outside of the streaming room. So yeah, it's a nice little project as well. This is all available on the website as well. This is very much the same as the other bases for the projects that we've done before that are edge lit, but it has an extra layer in it because those LEDs are just a bit thicker. But yeah, it's nice, simple. You can do it in your D&T classroom or at your place of work, home laser.
Great. But it's great for, I guess, for a class to
Oh,
do
yeah.
for a DT project, and you can
Yeah.
all get something to take home. Kids take something take home at the end of the term with their little project. Great, so that's a solder together one. Unless we've got another light strip one that maybe we've got a web page for
Yes,
the resource.
So this is another resource. This one is in fact for, if I bring up the page for it, this is our USB LED strip with a light sensor. Alasdair, if you could
Yeah, I'll elaborate a bit more.
Yeah.
So it's not just it's not just turn on and off the LEDs. You've also got the option of having a light sensor at the end, so you can flip a three-way switch between off, on, and using the sensor. So basically, when it gets dark, the light will turn on. So you can make little nightlight projects, or like ones perhaps you've got garden lights that you're wanting to turn on when it gets dark. And Emma's turned that into this really nice, again, that similar technique, isn't it? The kiss cutting.
Yeah, it's a similar technique. This is a really, really small one. This sort of stepped base here, I designed for the new board specifically. So you won't want to use the older versions. You can always, as you know, as with any of these, design your own. Again, if it's for a D&T classroom, go ahead, really impress your teachers. Stuff that's always fun. But yeah, so all of these projects that I do as well will fully take you through the steps and teach you how to use the DXFs as they look when you open them. So as you can see, it's just a really, really simple, like this is the base and that's the design, and it is thematic because this makes a really good night light, given that it's a light sensing strip. So having a little sleepy panda made sense to me.
Yeah, it does look nice, and it's also with these resources because you've got, and I guess an idea of what you might be able to do with them, and you could then adapt it to perhaps you're wanting to. This is an example to show the class what they might be able to do,
Yeah,
and an example of how you might use the technique with your equipment at school. But then you can go off and do your own things based on having something to kind of work around, rather than just trying to start from scratch. And these are all freely available, aren't they? These resources on our blog section. The maker, it's under the maker tutorial section.
So I just go here to resources, and then inspire me. It's right here under maker tutorials. You get everything that we've made. We're making a start on Halloween. Watch this space, but yeah, we've got all of these things that we've made. This is a nice place to just have a scroll through and get some inspiration. If you're looking for any of the things, especially things that we've got in the catalogue, because a lot of these new projects feature in the catalogue as well as examples. So, yeah, awesome,
great. Let's I say we're just going to keep moving through. I've got another. This one. So the board's a slightly different colour, but this is one of our new, again, fully built modules. This is a little torch. We make a keyring torch. We've done a variety of different case examples. This one is using our laser cut rubber. We've provided this all in the information that you can have on the page for that product. So it forms a nice little cage, and you can put it on a little keyring clip here, fully encased. But Emma's also done some other nice examples.
Yeah, will do. I will grab.
If you just pull that up, I think you had it open.
Did I?
Yeah.
Oh, I do. There we go.
So a much nicer looking case than the one that I put together, but a slightly different technique.
Nope, that is not the one. There we go.
It's a slightly different technique. Rather than using rubber to make a sort of like an ergonomic feeling case, this is more of a more traditional layers of acrylic, but it looks much more interesting, little ice lolly.
Yeah, it's like as you can see, it's just a few layers made to encapsulate the board, and that's what's really nice about these.
Yes, right. We'll just search 35160 in the code. There we are. This is what we're looking at.
So, yeah, the reason these boards are really nice is usually they have things like mounting holes. It's just a nice set, compact size to be using to make, as you can see, it's right here, to make just a really simple little layered, or in fact something like Alasdair's rubber torch, which it's
more of that smooth outer, like what's the word? Like it fully surrounds the product in a different way, like building the layers in the other direction. Where this is more of
Yeah, this is decorative. Alistair's is
more functional.
more functional. Yeah.
Shows the engineer and the artist are different
Yeah.
ways of doing things.
Yeah, exactly. And yeah, the nice thing is, I suppose it's all there for you. Where we do have kits like the new one, which with the new LED solder your own, where you can get a little involved with the soldering process. Everything is right there for you on the board as you need it. And it's very easy to design an enclosure around what's already there. Speaking of everything already on the board.
Yeah, let's move on. So we've done some of the kits, but let's look at some of our coding products. And this is actually a product that was in the catalogue last year. It's the lab bit. That's our primary focused board that's got LEDs and microphone and speakers and motor and coloured lights and control knobs and big buttons. And anyway, it's got so much. But we've also done kind of add to our lesson in a box range.
Yeah.
Which is our range of products that have everything already, like all the lesson material, all the hardware you need for a full class set. You just buy in one box and you're just ready to go. All the resources on a USB stick. Might be a web page we can share.
Oh, there absolutely is.
And the one we've done this year is the primary computing pack, and this contains 11 of these lab bit boards and also all the teaching material. Which Emma could pop up on the screen. You can see our full range here. We've got this one that we we're just talking about, which is down there.
Primary computing pack. To find this, incidentally, go to coding and lesson in a box, and it's all there for you.
That's brilliant.
So yes, you have the primary computing pack, which, as Alasdair has just said, contains the lab bit. That's the sort of primary focus of the pack. Visual computing, the primary component for that is the Halo HD.
So that looks a lot at like data visualization, so looking at how you can visually represent data using the different sensors on the microbit, and then using the inputs. There's a microphone on the Halo HD, and you've also got lots of light outputs and a buzzer. So how you use those things to represent data.
Yeah. One of my absolute favourite things to do with that one is the shake table experiment. You can visually represent seismic activity.
Linking it with geography, like how you use the motor and actually the box that comes with it to turn it into an earthquake simulator. It's great.
Yeah, very
and of course,
fun.
there's DT projects in there as well with making mood lights and some kaleidoscope stuff. And then two of our others. We've got our original one, which is the Simple Robotics, which has got the little. Do you want to pop to the downward camera again, just quickly?
Yeah, absolutely.
We've got our little the little cardboard robot, which this was the first one we did, and it's just been so popular because it's just really easy to make your own little two-wheeled robot really quickly and just clip together. And again, that's got lessons for DT, for science, and for computing as well. And the final one is the environment pack.
Yep, so that's this one, and that one's, I think, is that the second newest?
Yeah, you could actually dive into that one just quickly,
Absolutely.
just to show perhaps the fully formed greenhouse would be nice.
So
with some crest and everything.
There you go. Yeah, so that's the primary focus of the environment kit is the environment, growing plants. Cress is great for this. We had a little cress growing situation.
We've grown cress a few times. It's great. It's like a little smart greenhouse, basically.
Yeah.
Write the code for it to run like how you might monitor the data and then automate watering and turning lights on at night to make sure it's got lots of full growth. You have a little alarm saying when the water might have run out. So we've got lessons for biology, DT, and computing for that one as well. And all of the point of all of our boxes, they all link in with the curriculum. And we've looked at the UK curriculum and also looked at some like international stuff as well, and the rest of the UK to match up really nicely with hitting those curriculum points. As that's what these lessons in a box are really good for. In the catalogue, they're kind of there's individual pages that kind of detail each one of these, but also there's a big overall page on page 58 that just kind of looks at a bit of a brief overall look at our lesson in a box range.
Absolutely, and just as a final point on the lesson in a boxes, you get 10 usable units of the main product involved for the class, and then one for the teacher.
For the teacher, yeah. So you've got a really good range. You can see it. This picture's probably really good. It shows you all the stuff. There's loads of stuff that comes with this box. There's the board. There's the greenhouses. There's crocodile clips, screwdrivers, pump. There's so much. There's so much in there, and it's all there, just ready to use. We have done individual live streams on each one of these lessons in the box, I think now. So if you go and find those on our YouTube page to find out a bit more information, rather than just the brief bits that we're doing today. And
this right here, this is the real center of it all. The amount of resources you get with all of these boxes is staggering. I've personally printed it all out for shows before. It's quite an amount of work that the engineering team has put into this. So
awesome. All there for you, ready to use. What should we look at next?
Yes, we could look at some materials.
So a little bit of a break from board. Look at some materials.
This is some of my favourite things now that have come in this year. So if we start off with painted MDF, if we put that under the demonstration camera, it's really interesting because it has a layer which almost feels like vinyl. And you can etch it off really easily to produce some really nice contrast, which, as you can see, just on regular MDF, it still looks very, it can look very classy. There's white and black painted MDF that we stock. As you can see at the bottom there, it says 600 by 400, so great for your laser cutter bed size. And yeah, you can really use this to finish off a project. I can see this in use for classrooms, but also for hobbyists or your makers, your Etsy sellers. So if that describes you, have a look, see whether you like it. Another MDF that we now do since the last catalogue is black all the way through, which is great fun. It etches off to a slightly different coloured black.
Oh yes, I can see.
You can mostly tell because the layer before you etch it off is slightly glossy, and then it's matte when you etch it all the way off.
I'll probably angle that. You can sort of
sort
of see the different changes in tone a bit.
Absolutely,
it's like this sunburst look.
It's a great fun material to work with. I used it specifically in a make where the inside of a box, which was going to be used for a trick of light, needed to be dark. In fact, I can go on resources and show that. So if I go to Maker Tutorials, it will be under Pepper's Ghost. So let me show you that one. Window capture. Ta-da! So this basically is just how to use holograms in your makes, and this is what I use the black MDF for. So I went a little bit far into this. I quite like this effect. It's an old Victorian stage effect. But as you can see here, I've used the black MDF to isolate the light or the area from light on the inside of the box, which is what this is good for. It's an excellent material for keeping an area dark, or just if you fancy making something that you don't have to paint afterwards, if you'd like it black to begin with. It is a slightly thicker material as well, so probably want to make sure you have a slightly higher powered laser, or you set your laser to a higher setting. But yes, this is a great product, and one of my favourites, but my absolute favourites of the bunch are these. they're metal graphs. They are a laser laminate, if I hand those to you. They're a laser laminate which is an acrylic base with foil sort of pressed over the top of it. So it's like actual, it has the appearance of actual metal. And these are rated for outside use, so these are perfectly fine to use. I have one as a house number, but you can use them as door signs, as you can see, as medals. And these are hardy. These are really, really hardy materials. So when you etch it off, they're black underneath with the metallic. The metallic is left on the top as a top layer. It's a very classy look. This would give an excellent finish to any of your projects, I think. And in a D&T classroom, I think they could be a lot of fun for, I guess, teaching and learning about engraving. But again, Etsy sellers, hobbyists, get on this for earrings or necklaces or something like that, because I think that would be beautiful, especially given they have a metallic finish.
Yeah, they're really nice. They do look really professional. Just the look that you get with that two-tone contrast. It's just really nice.
And we do have laser laminates in other colours, don't we? We have black and white.
Yeah.
And we have. Do you have other colours?
These are only metallic ones, aren't they?
Yeah. The metal graphs are only. We have them in gold and silver. So that is us for the materials. So
should we just have a look at some Pico-y stuff?
Yes, yeah, absolutely.
Because I think in the last year or so, we've brought on board some more Raspberry Pi products. That includes now schools you can buy Raspberry Pis from us, and we're working all the time on Raspberry Pi based things. We've also got the Raspberry Pi Pico, which was their processor, their microprocessor board. They released a year and a bit ago. And they've now released the Pico W version, which includes wireless, which we'll also be doing we've also got some things for. Some of our team are actually out at the moment at the Raspberry Pi Expo in Cambridge, showcasing some of these things, which is exciting. And I'm sure there'll be some stuff probably on the website about that at some point. But some products that we've had that have come this year to go with Raspberry Pi include this. This is the Pico Autonomous Robotics platform. So it's basically a buggy for the Pico. It's got two wheels, two motors, but then it's got all sorts of other things on there already as well. It's got ultrasonic sensors for finding the distance, and you can put that on the front, or you can put it on the back, or you could buy a second one and have one at each end for doing, I guess, almost like maze following sort of things. It's got a buzzer, which is great. Flip it over. You can see there's also, there's the attachment point for a line following sensor, which we do sell with it as well. So it comes with an ultrasonic and it comes with line following sensors. It's got a button for some control, and it's also got servo points where you can add things in. And we've just released the first sort of add-on for it, haven't we? Which is the pen lifter. You can see it's got this hole in the middle, a pen mount, so you could do some drawing of some nice pictures or shapes if you are patient enough. This is the pen lifter, so it's just a little simple servo-driven holder that lifts a pen up and down as you control it. So you could write a program on the Pico to draw a shape, lifting up and down the pen as and when you need it. So that's what these attachment points are that we've got on here. This screws onto one of those. But the thought is that maybe you'd want to design things for yourself that might be servo-driven that you attach, or we might do some future things based on those. But yeah, this is the Pico buggy, which is great. And we haven't got a physical thing here, but we've got the web page. If you go to the air quality board,
absolutely, I can.
These are on the page 116 and 118 in that Raspberry Pi section of the catalogue. We've done an air quality board.
No, that one. There we go.
Thanks, Emma. So we'd already done one of these for microbit, but with the advent of the Pico coming, it felt appropriate to do one of those. So this combines all sorts of features. So it's got this plug-in points for the Pico. You can see the Pico there, and you've got a nice little OLED screen in the middle that's displaying some time and date and temperature and humidity readings. You've got some input buttons for control. There's a buzzer. There's some high power outputs for perhaps controlling things like a motor or a fan or a pump or a heater pad if you're making a little smart setup. We've got servo outputs as well. But then the big main feature of this is it's got a little sensor in that top left corner, the BME 688, that does temperature, pressure, humidity, air quality, and estimated carbon dioxide sensing. So there's a lot packed into a teeny tiny little package. And we've made that all accessible through some nice libraries for the Pico. Oh yeah, we've got a nice little setup here. So this was. Did we just for a little smart home setup? Did you do a blog for that as well?
Actually, we did.
Hopefully, it's linked from the page. Oh yeah, we did with some online tutorials for how you use this. So a lot of our products, we've got these online tutorials. Some of them for microbit are in MakeCode themselves, but if we're doing things for Pico, we'll do them as blog posts where it takes you through how to use different features of the board, so you can get a really good understanding of how to use them.
Yeah.
Because we want to make these as simple to grab and use by the users as possible.
So if I just pop to Inspire Me and Make Tutorials again and go
there, it is. How to make a tiny smart home.
This is one of my favourite makes.
It was fun. It was good fun. Little house. So this was just a simple sort of how we demo just some different features of this board. So what did we have on it? We had a servo controlling the opening and closing of a window, didn't we?
Yeah.
We had a heater pad for like some underfloor heating that was then triggered by changes in temperature.
Yeah.
We had some nice little internal lights that you could, a little control panel, didn't we, for different menu options, flicking through with the buttons to change what your lights were, or to view your climate data.
Status.
Oh, status of everything, yes. Open or close, lights on or off. And what's great about the Pico is you can log huge amounts of data to it because it's got a proper file system that you can access and just write to text files or CSV files and pull those off and manipulate the data straight away. So yeah, it's great, and it was great fun doing a little smart home. Maybe we'll do some more sort of fun things like that at some point.
Absolutely, that would be a lot of fun.
Yeah, but we're doing more things for Pico. There's more of those things in the catalogue, so go and have a look yourself and see some of those things, and look out for more Raspberry Pi products coming.
Absolutely,
coming in the near future, because it's something we're nicely on board with now as an official reseller.
Oh.
And yeah, should we finish off with a nice microbit thing, which is the simple. Let me get this right, because we've got the simple servo board for microbit. This is a board that you can nicely plug your microbit into. It's got 3 servo outputs, and then also it's got the other microbit pins broken out to crocodile clips, so you can go and put some of your own things together. And Emma's done some nice makes for this. So we've got this car. It looks similar when you turn it on the side to our buggy from the Simple Robotics pack, but it's nice 2-wheel little robot car that you can drive around. And I guess if you had 2 microbits, you could do some remote control stuff, couldn't you?
Yes, that one is set up as a remote control
car, which is lovely. And we've got some blogs for this.
We absolutely do. We have.
This is so this product is already live. We've actually got a kit coming soon. It'll be live within the next week. Actually, there's a kit that combines you get some servos with it, don't you? So continuous rotation and 180.
Yeah, I think it's 2 continuous rotation and 1 180.
Okay.
And the blogs will come out at the same time.
We'll come at the same time to show you how to go about.
And there are 4 of them, and we've got another one of them here. We'll have another one of the blogs here. We're gonna have to go back to the
other camera,
the big camera for this one.
you made this. You explain
Yeah.
what this is.
So this is a swing boat. As you can see, I've used the little Viking longship
Yes, of course.
style head on it. So basically, just the one continuous rotation servo down here has it. All of these, the cardboard cutout is available as a DXF within the blog that will come out, so it should be easy enough for you to get, either to cut it out yourself or to use a laser cutter. It has a little channel here that the wheel runs down, and yeah, as you can see, this is something you can pick up easily for a classroom. It doesn't have to be as polished laser cuttery, or in fact, the hinge at the top is just a pencil. These are all designed to be ease of use for schools. So this will only require one microbit and one of those simple servo control board.
You did a couple of others as well, didn't you? So we had you got the car, got the carousel.
Yeah.
You did the
swing boat, the car, the carousel, and a clapometer.
That was it. So yes, look, watch the website and the blog area for that new product notification in the next week or so. It's going to be coming out as a nice pack you can get together. Thought I'd give you a little sneak preview of something coming soon. I think that's all our highlights for today, isn't it? I mean, I guess we've gone through quite quickly. There's a lot of stuff in the catalogue. Obviously, it would be a bit dull for me to just sit here and read it out to you. And defeat the object of us having sent it to you in the first place. So do have a read through, or do go and find it on our website and flick through those things and get in touch with our great customer sales and service team who will be able to answer any questions that you've got. I guess we'll hold on for perhaps a minute or so if there's any questions that come through on the stream. But if you've got more questions afterwards, if you're watching this after it's finished being live, then we will do our best to reply to your comments on there to answer any queries or questions you have. But yeah, thanks for taking us through some of those things today, Emma. It's nice to see. It's nice to see the resources coming together with the products.
Yeah, and thank you for explaining the boards for me.
That's all right. No, they're working together. Yeah, that's what's nice. And thank you, Mark, for monitoring things as always and keeping the stream and us in line.
Big appreciation for the mod there. Thank you.
Great. Well, I think that's probably all for today. There's no questions, so we'll look forward to seeing you on another live stream in a couple of weeks or so. Thank you for watching.
Yeah, thank you for being here.
Cheers. Bye bye.